There will come a time in everyone's life where we will find ourselves in the dark. Not in a dark place necessarily, but in the dark. Being in a dark place refers to your emotional state. Being in the dark is a representative of your vision. Dr. Michael Bernard talks about the dark night of the soul. And this is where you are losing parts of your identity, your previous identity. This could be friends, relationships, job, home, your community, finances, anything that made you what you felt you were. But you don't have an emerging identity. Like you don't know what's going to replace the previous one. You are in the dark. Now you know all about who you used to be, what life used to feel like, who you connected with, but you're not that anymore. But you're becoming something and you're not that either. So it's dark. And you'll experience emotions in the dark, which you should. Anger being one of them. But we know anger is a secondary emotion to things like fear. We're really afraid. You could be dealing with grief, disappointment, anxiety, doubt. It's excruciating. But I want you to remember this. Jesus Christ experienced all those emotions. He knows what it's like to be us. He was afraid. He cried out to God. He grieved, just like we do. When we're in this place, we tend to ask questions, right? Why does this have to happen to me? Why didn't this happen to someone else? How long am I going to be in this? When are you going to bring me out? Why is this happening to me and not happening to someone else? How long is this going to last? Those are questions we ask. But Dr. Michael Bernard challenges us to ask a different question. Think about this. He says, if this experience were to last forever, where you are right now, what would you need to survive it? Think about that. The first thing that comes to mind for me is joy. God, give me joy. Give me peace. Maybe you need strength, faith, comfort, stability. What's happening now is we're moving into acceptance, which is a stage of grief. So he says, when you place your attention on what it is you think you need to survive it, not to change it, but to get through it. He said, when you focus on that instead of focusing on the dark, you move through it faster. I believe you move through it with grace. And the most important part is you are becoming the version of yourself that God has called you to be. So let me leave you with a couple of scriptures. Psalm 30, verse 5 says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It didn't say the job was coming in the morning. It didn't say the relationship was coming in the morning. It didn't say the finances, the money was in the bank account in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. That's what it says. We can believe that pain will not have the last word in our life. Psalms 46:3 says, God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. which means God's going to protect us in the midst of the dark. He is right there with you. God bless.